feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim, only option is to win.
Welcome to the Shrimp Tank Podcast post-show wrap-up. I'm your host, Daniel Goodwin, and joining me in the studio today is my co-host, way down left on the other end, Mr. David Auer. What's up, David?
Not much, just enjoying this meeting. I think there's a lot of great information out there.
Yeah, we had a great show, a great interview with these 30-some young guy entrepreneurs. Their company's called Delta Life Fitness, and Josh Cherry and Robby Marlow. What great insights! These are the kind of guys that do go out and do great things, and you're already on such a great start with this company, Delta Life Fitness. We really enjoyed getting to learn so many things from you. There's a lot of nuggets in here from young, aspiring entrepreneurs. You're going to want to download a complete replay of their show at houston.shrimptankpodcast.com. You're going to want to pick it up on iTunes as well. So just a couple of things that we got out of the interview. You know, they've got a franchising model. So what they do is they have, and you can put it in better words than me, but they have a gym business for caters to females, and it operates in classes, and they've got technology involved in it. And you could tell a little bit about that, guys, but they franchise this because they have a success formula, and now you got 22 stores that are going out all across the country, and you know you may have 10,000 stores before it's all over with. Somebody out there watching our show, they may have a restaurant, they may have a particular business and say, hey, I'm thinking of go franchising this. You've learned some things along the way. Tell us a little bit about franchising and some of the challenges that are unique to a franchising model.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we were able to learn was that, you know, franchising, like you said, is a whole separate business from the current business you're running. Just like eMyth, they say, like if you're good at baking cakes and you go try to make a cake baking company, that doesn't necessarily. You need to understand and be good at business in order to run a successful restaurant. Same thing with franchising. Robby and I knew how to run a gym studio, but creating the systems and I mean, everything has to be documented. We were told that, but everything has to be documented. You have to have a perfectly replicable model to where it's going to look the same, feel the same to the end user every single time. So understanding the three phases of a franchise model, which is recruitment, onboarding, getting the actual studio open, and then field support, understanding how a franchise business model works, that's going to be the most challenging, because I guarantee you it's different than the restaurant or the current business that you're running. You got to get to work and learn a whole new business model.
Now, you went out and educated yourself at some expense, and that you hired a coach that was a former executive with, Dunkin' Donut?
Yeah, she's the VP of Dunkin' Brands.
Yep, Dunkin' Brands, and they know a thing or two about opening stores and franchising and all of that. So great. You can learn a lot more about that on the show if you download it off the website. David?
Yeah, Robby, we have a lot of listeners who are college students or in graduate school, and everybody has always heard about, buy a franchise someday. What bit of advice would you give a student who may want to buy a franchise in a business someday?
So if you're a student and you're looking to buy a franchise, first question I would ask you, do you want to create something of your own, or do you want to be in somebody else's system? That's the first question to ask yourself. And then second, make sure that when you go into a franchise system, make sure it's something you're passionate about, because it's a job. It's something you're going to have to go in. You're going to have to love it. You're going to be passionate about it. So make sure that you go into something that aligns with you personally, because it is, it is a job, and you're going to be working in the business, so you better enjoy the business you're going to be working in.
That's great advice. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's pros and cons, and definitely one of the cons is grabbing onto a proven success formula and model, and that's what you guys have created here at Delta Fitness. So I strongly encourage you, download their complete show, houston.shrimptankpodcast.com, and or pick it up on iTunes. And one last thing, if someone wants to get in touch with you guys, just share your website, some contact information, and how would someone learn more about Delta Life Fitness?
You can go to Facebook and look up Delta Life Fitness. You can go to deltalifefitness.com, Google Delta Life Fitness, or you could email me, Josh, at deltalifefitness.com.
Or Robby, ROBBY, at deltalifefitness.com. We'd be more happy to answer any questions about Delta Life Fitness or franchising in general for all the people out there.
Yeah, any questions of scale or anything.
Thank you so much, guys, for being our guest. It was a wonderful show, and we'll see you live next week right here on the Houston Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.